This is the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 28, which is the book of Sirach 39 and 28 of the apocryphal books of the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, "There be spirits that are created for vengeance, within their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that madeth." Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Akarkadash. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom to the Akim out there. And this is a sit-down lesson of this recent news article that I'm about to bring out. This is from abcnews.go.com, published by Rob Giles from the Associated Press, published by him as of June the 28th, 2023 at 6:54 p.m. And this is a 3-minute read. And it reads, police say the stabbings of 3 people in a gender class in Canada was motivated by h.a.t.e, a suspect in the stabbing of a professor and 2 students during a class on gender issues at a university in the Canadian city of Waterloo has been charged what police are calling a h.a.t.e motivated attack. And it says, Toronto, a suspect has been charged in the stabbings of a professor and 2 students during a class on gender issues at a Canadian University of Waterloo in what police are calling a h.a.t.e motivated attack. Waterloo Regional Police said Giovanni Villar Alima, an international student, has been studying at the University of Waterloo, faces 3 counts of aggravated assault and 4 counts of assault with a weapon and 2 counts of possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose. The accused target gender studies class. Investigators believe this was a h.a.t.e motivated incident relating to the general expressions and general identity. It says Waterloo police in a statement, a 38-year-old female professor and a 20-year-old female student and a 19-year-old male student was sent to the hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. About 40 students were in the class at the time. Police said the accused was found in the building after the stabbing and arrested. He appeared in court for a bail hearing Thursday. Nick Manny, associated with the Vice President on Communications for the University of Waterloo, says the suspect is a former student of the university. Manny says that the stabbing occurred in the Philosophy's 202, which, according to the university website, focuses on gender issues. A website, Salakia, it says website, and the course said it will examine the destruction of gender in the history of philosophy through complementary discussions. What is gender? How do we do gender? How can we undo gender? And what do we want to do? Our entire community is really concerned that this would happen here. It's a big shock, Manny says. Yusuf K. Mack, a student at the university, told CTV News that he was in the class. The guy basically walking in and asking the teacher if he was the professor. And he said, yeah. Then he pulled out a knife, and after that, everyone just ran out. K-Mark said to CTV, it says, I ran out, and after he went outside, there was a kid that was stabbed. He was bleeding from his arm. I don't know what happened to the professor, he said. K-Mark said about 40 students were in the class at the time. class scheduled for Wednesday evening in the h.a.t.e Hall where the attack took place was canceled, but all other campus operations will proceed as usual, the university said in a tweet. In a written statement, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau called the stabbings as horrifying and unacceptable. These type of violence must always be condemned. All thoughts are with the professor and the two students who were injured, he said. And this is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 1, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 12, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And the definition of iniquity it's a noun plural. Iniquities, immoral or grossly unfair behavior. As I read it again, Matthew 24 and 12, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying. This recent news story that broke out over there in Canada. And it says, once again, a stabbing. Police says stabbings of 3 people in a gender class in Canada were motivated by h.a.t.e. So with that, hopefully this article was edifying of the sit-down lesson. So with that, I would like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Akardash. Shalom to the elders for preaching word truthfully and sincerity. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the 4 corners of the globe, preaching word truthfully and sincerity as well too. And until next time, I will say Shalom.